Okay, we're both here?
Yeah, we're here.
We might get closer or further apart depending on what happens. So this is to share what happened a little over a week ago with Nancy and I, and I'm not quite sure how to proceed with this, but I will share my brief synopsis first. Johnny and his dad, my band, was playing out at the Vine and Bean, and Nancy was in the audience, and I commented on her appearance, in particular her hat, and then, as I feel I always do because of my closeness with Nancy, I tease and play and horse around and fool around, and I feel like that's nothing out of character with me whatsoever. And as the night went on, I'm not quite sure what happened, but by the end of the night, when I went to say goodnight to Nancy, who was wonderful, she came out that night. She had a huge job the next day, and it was a long drive from our gig to her home, and it was very sweet of her to come, and all that she did in the videos and taking care of a bunch of our audience fans and stuff. And on the way out the door, I think she was already had developed an attitude with me, but we were standing there and I was saying goodnight to her, and remember I commented it was a hat she was wearing that I was doing this with, and I went to just kind of flick the hat. I wasn't looking to remove it from her head, just kind of doop kind of a thing, and she reared back and unloaded the anger, which I get to see I think 4 times a year now is pretty much what it is, but it scares me, and it scared me ever since I first met her. It's like she definitely rocks my world when I see that anger. And I left, and I was went, oh my gosh, really? And I just went, holy cow. And then, a series of apologies ensued, and, I tried to make it up to her and let her know that, please, I really don't think you got what happened that night. And so I felt terrible about it, and I just thought that, that's not fair that she sometimes gets to that place where she's not willing to see the other side of the story. But I still am sorry that happened and whatnot. That was not a very short synopsis. I guess the video's over, pretty much.
No.
I think they got the picture.
They got your picture.
There's another side of the story? Really?
Yeah,
okay, why don't you fill them in?
Well, what Jimmy said about me being there and being in the audience, that was all true. Then, what happened was, I think the first comment was, "What's with the hat?"
I don't talk like that. Okay, I can't interrupt, sorry.
I didn't interrupt you.
No, sorry, we'll stop interrupting. I apologize for that. Erase. And we're back again to the beginning of Nancy's synopsis.
So, what's with the hat? And I said, and by the way, the reason I wore it was because my sister had called and said, we're just wearing jeans and a turtleneck. What are you going to wear?
And she was cute as hell, by the way, too. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
He can't help himself. And so I had jeans and a turtleneck on because I wanted to be with the girls, and that's what everybody was wearing. But I couldn't stand how plain I looked, so I put on a hat. And I put on these little funky boots, and I tried to Nancy it up. And I liked it. But he said, what's with the hat? And then a few minutes later, he said something else about the hat. And then when he was on stage, on the microphone, he said something about the hat. And then he said, well, I can't see your eyes, which got to the heart of it. I think what was unappealing to him is he does like to be able to see, I am very expressive with my eyes. So in his defense, I think that's what it was. And then my sister was even aware of it and said something like, she's got a poker party she's going to. And, trying to make it that's why you can't see your eyes. She doesn't want you to see, And he said, so later he said something else about the poker party. And then at the end, what did not feel like a flick, but felt like I'm going to rip that hat off your head. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. And I got mad, and he's right. I was very angry. Ooh. I might have dropped an F-bomb, Mom. And I was ticked because my feeling was that a lot of times Jimmy says really sweet things, very sweet things about my appearance. He'll say my hair looks so good, or it smells so good, or I love your little dress, or you're this or that. He's just so forthcoming with that.
That's right.
But at the same time, if he doesn't like something, I have these unholy jeans, he'll be like, oh, you can't afford all the jeans, and he won't say it once. He'll say it a lot. And so if he doesn't like something, and he is that way with everything. If he likes it, he says it 1,000,000 times, and if he doesn't like it, he says it 1,000,000 times. And now here's where the lie comes in. He says that he then apologized, and then he said to me, "I thought you looked so cute." Here's where we know it's not true, because when Jimmy thinks I look cute, Jimmy says I look cute. Jimmy uses words like adorable, cute, beautiful, blah, blah. He used no good words. No good words were there. It was more like, what's up with that? So that's what happened. But he did apologize, and he was really loving towards me. And I said, okay. And today, I wanted to wear that hat because I like wearing it with this dress, but I didn't because I didn't want to hear it. And that happens a lot with us. There will be things I know he doesn't like, and I just don't wear
There's
it.
nothing I don't like.
That's a lie. You saw him
So
lie.
My
This happens a lot.
my question is, do you feel like you've learned your lesson and got it figured out?
You're crazy. But that's a lesson I've learned many times. I don't know why I don't just embrace it.
I think
Yeah.
you've learned your lesson.
That's what happened.
It's for you to decide.
You tell us.
But we're okay.
We're okay.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay.
I'm not on his lap, though, you say.
We worked it out.
We worked it out.
Good.
The end.
Thank you.